Hey, what's good, Lubbock? This is Rob, and on behalf of my brother Cam, I want to say what's up, man. Hope y'all had a great week last week. We are in the studio coming with the next episode here, man. We got some
in the laboratory.
Exactly. What they say on them old movies, the laboratory. Laboratory. Don't get me started, man. I love that them old hammer horror movies and stuff. Yeah. In the laboratory.
Yeah. And somebody always named Boris.
Yeah. Either
the goon,
real name
the goon is named Boris.
Right. Little Boris Karloff. And the other goon named Valentine Good-Terry.
Yay.
Yeah. Man, before we get off track,
we already off track. You messing with me, bro. We started off track. My bad.
Man, that's cool, man. We supposed to start off track. Yeah. Maybe sometimes you start off track and get back on track is more entertaining, you know what I'm saying? But before we get too entertaining, let's say with the universal greetings and salutation, I want to say peace to the east.
All the best to the west.
Well, of course, to the folks up north.
And everybody down south.
Show my.
But I'm only talking about Lubbock.
Me too. Because that's all we do. All we do is talk about the LBK.
Yes.
And, you can go down the prairie dog hole because everything is everything in a way.
And I'm just saying, you can't talk about Lubbock without being in a prairie dog hole because prairie dog holes are everywhere in Lubbock.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, show me somewhere in Lubbock ain't a prairie dog hole.
I can't think of no place in Lubbock where it ain't a prairie
even
dog
where
hole.
They didn't used to be.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it never was prairie dogs over here.
And you know what's so weird, man? I used to think like if in a zombie apocalypse, that would be great because you could eat them prairie dogs.
I'm not.
But I also read somewhere, well, you ain't.
I'm not eating no prairie dog, bro.
I know you ain't.
I say that you can't never say what you ain't gonna do until the situation
That's
happens.
Grandma Dorothy said, never say what you ain't gonna do.
I can I've looked at prairie dogs a lot with my babies out at the park and, right in the neighborhood. And nothing appetizing about no prairie dog, I'm just saying. But I ain't starving. I ain't ate in 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? So that might change. They might start looking like them cartoon.
Yeah. Start looking like a turkey floating.
You know what I'm saying?
No, man, down in, I think it's Uruguay or Paraguay. I think it's Uruguay. They got some little thing. I think it's called cocuis or something like that.
That's a monster, ain't it?
I don't know.
That's
but
Spanish
the one I saw
monster?
was, no, I thought it meant something else.
Oh.
I don't know what it means, but these little things, they call them that in Uruguay. I think it is. I think that's what they call them. In other words, don't quote me on none of this because I'm probably messing up the country, the name of the thing. I'm probably messing it all up. But what it was a little prairie dog looking creature down in one of them South American countries that they ate like a mug. Man. They tore them up and they showed them how they cooked. Man, they look delicious.
Man, I'm just saying.
People, and it's,
like we said before, people eat chitlins.
Well, we didn't. Yeah.
So I'm just saying it might be an acquired taste. Yes, of that.
Well, it looked good, but what I discovered, I think though, is that prairie dogs apparently, from what I understand, carry bubonic plague. They say.
Who wants that?
Well.
Would you like a hot helping of bubonic plague? No, sir.
Well, it depends.
No.
Do you have any Grey Poupon?
You know what I'm talking about? Yes, I have Grey Poupon.
Pardon me, but would you happen to have? I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to do a little more research on that because I was kind of crestfallen when I learned that my alternate food supply might not be there. You know what I'm saying? It might not be actually edible. I was like, what? You can't eat no.
But you know what? Like a few years ago, that's why we changed our diet, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I had told my wife, I was like, with this meat situation, and this is at least, what's this, 23? At least 2014, 2015.
Yeah.
When I was telling her we're gonna have to change how we eating. And she was like, why? What you mean? Because this meat situation ain't right. And I told her I would rather pause. Talking about meat. Yes, I'm talking about eating meat. Hold on. But
you mean literal butcher store product.
Yes. But I told her I would rather on my own stop eating it than something happened and now I'm like, what we gonna eat? What I'm gonna eat? What we gonna eat? Because I'm so used to eating chicken and beef
Yeah.
And pork. Well, I ain't ate pork in forever, but fish and all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like we have to
voluntarily restricting your diet
because when you do it by choice, you ain't tripping,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like right now, because one thing, like I told her, I don't eat any more chicken that's boneless. Cause that's lab meat, bro.
Yeah.
I don't care what you talking about.
It's chopped all up. It
at
got
this
meat
point,
glue in it.
Yeah,
probably,
at this point, any meat that don't got a bone in it, any fruit or vegetable that don't have a seed in it ain't real. Right. As far as I'm concerned. Right. You eating some Frankenstein made up. They done put some Play-Doh, formed it together. They made
it's called meat glue. It's called meat glue.
And I've seen
chicken nuggets and all that stuff held together. But first of all, there ain't no way I would eat no chicken nugget. I eat a kukui from Paraguay.
You know what I'm talking about? I'm just saying, at least that's natural.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You probably better off eating.
Got bones in it.
Eating a prairie dog back. You know what I'm saying? Then,
but I won't eat no cherry dog.
Then going to McDonald's right now. You know what I'm talking about? Like for real, you probably are better health-wise going to McKenzie Park to Prairie Dog Town and getting you 2-3 prairie dogs and putting in butter and that salt and that garlic and a hint of rosemary. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff on that good old prairie dog back.
Yeah.
Then going to these fast food restaurants.
Man,
bro.
we did a experiment.
That's my opinion.
Factual. Well, I mean, from what I understand, it's factual. And me and Shanti did an experiment for her science class back in like 2014 or something like that. And we went out and we bought McDonald's burgers and we put it in the garage and we uncovered it on a plate and just left it there. And we made a burger and did the same thing, left it in the garage, cheese and everything, just made it just like the McDonald's burgers we could. And man, our burger got moldy and rotten, and eventually you just got to throw it away. You know,
because it stink and it's bringing bugs and stuff in there. Yeah.
But what I noticed, that McDonald's burger didn't do nothing.
That's what I'm talking about.
It just sat there, and the only change it underwent is it got a little smaller, as I recall. Like it shrunk a little bit. Just a little bit.
And got hard. But
but it didn't. Yeah. And I don't think I saw flies flying on it. It seemed like I did, but I'm not sure if I did. I know it was on ours.
Because it not only flies, everything else that come with the decomposition. Yeah. That's how the food chain is set up. That's why we're not supposed to eat bottom feeders. Because they are there to get the waste out the way.
Yeah.
So it's really no nutritional value in trash.
Yeah.
We taking the trash out. Why would you go to the trash can to find something to eat, bro?
And worse than that, why would you eat something that just ate out the trash can?
Hello. But I'm just saying, I ain't knocking nobody choice of
it's how, free country, man.
Food,
everybody.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's crazy you say that because my understanding is everything has a life cycle.
It do. It's supposed to.
So it's supposed to start and it's supposed to end.
Only unnatural.
Even us. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's unnatural. Yep.
Only unnatural things don't have a life cycle.
And that's what I'm saying.
Or have some
or things outside of our dimension of being.
Yeah.
May not have the same life cycle we have. But that's down the prairie dog hole. I don't know if
you know how we doing in our new format is we jumping in and out.
We jump in and out. Yeah, when it's fit. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like basically we doing away with sections. We covering those same topics, but man, it's just part of the conversation. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And speaking of those little topics and stuff we got to cover, we need to hit out and about. I mean, what's going on real quick. And I think you wanted to hit that one while you bringing that one up. I'm gonna hit this one. This right here, I just saw it. It says "Meet the Grinch and Friends."
It's not the Grinch.
Yeah, the Grinch,
man,
whose heart was 2 sizes too small. That's gonna be Saturday, November 25th, and it's gonna be over at Rock Solid Athletics at 6205 43rd Street in Lubbock. That's Rock Solid Athletics, 6205 43rd Street in Lubbock. Yeah, I'm struggling with my
but you can't miss Rock Solid Gym, man. You know what I'm saying?
But see, that ain't 43rd Street, is it? That's 19th Street.
It sure ain't 43rd.
Why is
it's off of 9th? Well, maybe it is. I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna read you what the flyer say.
Yeah, read what the
flyer
say.
Meet the Grinch. It's a Team Bama production.
But hold on, pause, because the Grinch might be trying to throw you off.
Well, I hate to do the Grinch's dirty work, but I'm gonna read the flyer as printed. That's Team Bama presents Meet the Grinch and Friends. It's at Saturday, November the 25th, Rock Solid Athletics allegedly at 6205 43rd Street, Lubbock, Texas. 12
I've
to
never
4.
known. Oh, you know what? It's a different facility that's rock solid. Now, is it 43rd? It's matter of fact, the one that I'm thinking of is over there behind Sam's Club. And it's called Rock Solid. And when I saw it made me think, and I was like,
so in other words, not Rock Solid Fitness.
It's ROCK.
This sure is rocks. This is
Not
okay. This ain't ROCC.
Yeah,
no.
ROCC is
big
the homie.
ROCK.
Yeah, that's the homie over
that's
there.
that,
ROCC.
Yeah. And plus it's that what's that song? Big ROCK.
Ira OCC. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's Saturday, November 25th. Meet the Grinch and friends over there at Rock Solid Athletics, not Rock Solid Fitness. 6205 43rd Street. Bro, what you got?
Man, what I have over here is the Eastside Community Event. It's hosted by Everything You Need, Tees, and Chopper's Cleaning Service. There's going to be a live broadcast by 104.9 The Beat. That's going to be Saturday, December 16th at May Simmons Community Center, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Yes, sir.
I got another little thing. This one right here is it's actually a City of Lubbock program that I think people would want to check out, man. Under community development. Shout out to old Wilson Bowling over there. I think he's still the neighborhood development type of guy, the City of Lubbock. But this right here, assistance is available to repair or replace your existing heating unit and electric and gas bills. Applicants must live within Lubbock County and they must meet income and citizenship requirements. But if you meet those requirements, they can help you out to repair or replace your existing heating unit or pay off your gas and electric bills. And if you need more information, contact Neighborhood House. That's at 806-589-1907. Assistance is available to get new heaters or repair your heater.
Hold up, man. That winter time creeping up slowly.
Yeah, for
you
real.
might better go on it. Hey.
Yeah.
Because I know 2021.
Yeah.
When we had the wedding.
Yeah.
It got so cold, and that was the coldest Lubbock has ever been in forever.
That's what forever. I say not ever, because I remember when I was a kid,
Yeah.
I done seen some -16s.
But I'm saying in a long time, that was the coldest it had got. That was the big freeze in the whole state. I'm just saying, that was some epic stuff, bro. And it just so happened the weekend we get married. But I think everybody that came out because we kicked it big, and they know we did.
And speaking of that big freeze, man, we and later on in the show we're gonna talk about that electric competition, the choice that's coming to Lubbock. We're gonna get on that kind of in general, and what we're gonna do is in the future we're gonna do an article about that. So y'all stay tuned to the Substack site, which is Southwest Digest.
Say that 3 times fast.
I can't say the Substack site, which is southwestdigest.substack.com. I say it 3 times slow. But check us out on Substack, because we're gonna have an article, and we're gonna do a little quick summary of this electric competition stuff. So we're gonna get into it today, but we're gonna get more in depth. Maybe
because I need to get more in depth, because it's a lot that I want to know, that I need to know.
Right,
it's beneficial, very beneficial.
It is, and I've actually been to several of them. I'm part of the team that that records them and stuff.
And that's crazy. Is that a lot of times, like I do want to come up there, and I think I need to get in contact with you more, because that's what I'm saying. I was telling my wife that that must to everything that's going on in City Hall. Like, I'm a part of that. I know what's going on. I know the pulse of the city because I'm right here. And I was thinking, bro, right in the midst of that, that's what's up, though.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? Because you really know the pulse of the city, bro.
Yeah, well,
as far as
programs and
politics,
not a little bit of the politics, but
politics and programs,
and I feel like you got the pulse of the streets and the pulse of the neighborhoods.
Some of them streets, I ain't going on
exactly,
I ain't going on them no more. Yeah,
no, exactly,
for real, Jack. Because I know
I'm at the age now I don't hardly be out at night no more. I'm like, oh man,
ain't because I'm scared, because I know better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Keeping it moving, man, with this what's going on. We got the 23rd annual holiday craft bazaar. They want all Lubbock area artists, hobbyists, sewers, jewelers, bakers, and candlestick makers. No, it don't say that. It say bakers and makers interested in a vendor booth. Then you got by Wednesday, November 29th by 5 p.m. You need to register. The event date and time is Saturday, December 2nd from 9 to 2. That's at the Copper Rawlings Community Center at 213 40th Street. And the number is 806-767-2704. Holiday Craft Bazaar. If you want to be a vendor, it's $10. You need to register by the 29th. If the actual event is going to be on the December 2nd from 9 to 2 at Copper Rawlings Community Center, 23rd Annual Holiday Craft Bazaar. And don't confuse that with Love Bazaar by Sheila E.
How bizarre.
how bizarre. What's
but
that song?
I don't even know. It just popped in my head. I've heard it before, man, the way he said it. But that sounds like something I would be very interested in because I love arts and crafts, and I like to see what people can create just off the noodle, you know what I mean?
So it sounds like what you saying is you gonna do a article and take some pictures of doing out in the bat on them.
I might, because a lot of times I am that guy that'll see the article. I would read the article the next day and be like, man, I meant to go to that.
Yep. Oh, I am that guy. You can't hardly help it. We talk about it on the show and then forget the day
That's
that
what I'm saying.
Because half of that time is because we doing stuff for the show too.
So
you hustling.
I would like to go to that though. Take my babies to that because that's the type of stuff they own too. So yeah, I think that would be cool. Copper Rawlings.
Yep, Copper Rawlings.
December 2nd.
Yep, indeed.
9 to 2.
See, there you go with that memory. Yeah, man. So that's good. That's the out and about right there, and what's going on, man. But it's just we were talking about those electrical competition that's coming up here. You're gonna have to soon make a choice and choose which provider you want.
After LP&L done squeeze everybody dry, you know what I'm saying? $700,000 light bills and they can't explain it, but you still gotta pay it. Like, come on, man. Man.
Has that you seen that before? Not surely not like, 700,000.
I got a partner who had a water bill. I don't know right now verbatim or exactly what the number was, but I do know whatever the charge was that they was charging him, and we did, because I was looking at his bill, and I did the gallons that they were saying he was using, and I calculated the gallons, and it would have been the equivalent of filling an Olympic sized pool. So I was telling him, like, bro, if you had a leak,
you would see that
anywhere up under even if it was up under your house in the plumbing, in the pipes in the ground. An Olympic sized pool, bro, your house will sink. At that much water, you would know something was going on.
You know what? As a matter of fact, I overheard somebody the other day. There's a hearing that they have every so often. I don't know what it's called. I forget off the top of my head here. But basically, it's where you get to go air grievances and to the fees and stuff like that. And anyway, I heard some lady explaining exactly what you just said. And I'm not bad mouthing the water department.
I am. For real, bro. Because and I'm only saying that not to cut you off, but I'm only saying that because it's been multiple times where we've done. We've looked at the water bill and tried to figure out, what's going on. And the one thing I did notice, like one time in my mom's house, a pipe busted, so I had to go out to the alley and turn the water off. Bro, I had to go back in the house in the garage and get a shovel to dig the thing up to even see it. So what I'm saying is, how are y'all looking at this meter and it's this much dirt on top of it?
Maybe can they read it on the computer back at the office? Because we got smart meters.
But it was before then. It's before they changed it over. Yeah. And the smart meter only made me not trust it even more.
No, I don't trust nothing smart.
That's just me. So like I say, I'm a person who, and anybody else out there that feel like me, let's get together and set up a date and time and have a party that LP&L will not be. We do not have to see another bill, anything come to our house and say LP&L, bro. They crooks, and I don't care what nobody's saying. That's my opinion. This is not allegedly. Like these people have. I've had where when I've moved out of places and moved into other places and gone up there to switch it over, and they were like, well, it was already switched over. How can somebody switch something over that wasn't me? Like, how y'all in here doing this? And then they tried to charge me for some stuff from 1999 that I was like, well, what? You know what I mean? Yeah. What? I've never lived at that address. Well, it's showing that, but look, I'm
back when you was 18.
How y'all holding on to that? I thought after 7 years,
we're
supposed to have some type of forgiveness going on in this thing.
I guess what I'm kind of getting from you is you ain't, you're not gonna miss LP and L. It's hard to tell because you beating around the bush with
Hold up. Sayonara, suckers.
Now, guess what? You ain't really getting rid of them, though.
Yeah, they still in the mix because it's their grid. I already know.
The grid.
And that's why, that's the good thing about being able to choose the electrical providers.
Yeah.
Because I have solar panels on my home, and the other people that have solar panels, it's advantageous to know that there are certain providers that will pay you for the excess energy that your system creates.
Yeah. And from what I understand, as I was saying, I've seen the briefing a couple times, and old Matt Rose explained that you can actually filter when you go on the website. You can push show this kind of provider, show that kind of provider, prices between this and this. So in other words, you can filter or select down and drill down and see which provider gives you the most for that kind of stuff. No, maybe not that exact parameter, but it's all kind of parameters you can search.
Yeah.
So matter of fact, I think he did use that as an example though. So it looked like you'll be able to search on that.
Yeah, and that's who I'm going with. Yeah, I mean, whatever on the rest of everything else. But who gonna pay me? Because I know my system. I know that system is pulling in sometimes more energy than we're actually using. Because we frugal.
Right.
Because we grew up with cut that light off. What you doing in there? Close the icebox. Why you got the door open? You feel me? So I know we frugal on energy. So yeah, anything extra that this thing is producing, because I done got robbed on that before. Right now, I'm not happy with them solar panels. You know what I'm saying?
How come?
And because it's been fluctuating. Like when I first got them, it was cool. It wasn't nothing but the $35 meter fee for LP&L.
Right.
And then it was just the payment on the panels. And that did never change. So that was cool. You already knew every month what that money was.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, on top of that panel payment, it's a $400 light bill.
How is that happening?
Exactly. And the panel people or LP&L couldn't explain why I owe them $400 on top of this panel payment. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, I'm not telling anybody to do anything that don't make sense. Yeah. But I want to punch some people in the face behind that, bro. And that's how I knew I had growth in myself as an adult.
You said you had changed.
Yeah, and that's how when I knew I had really changed, bro. Because I don't like to feel like I've been played.
No, nobody likes that.
Not only feel like I've been played, but with a one of those Debo mentality, like that.
What you gonna do?
I got $200. I got your $400. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel LP&L was doing me, bro. And I would not like it.
And then be like, and don't get rowdy because we got guards,
man. And but you know what? That's when I wondered. I didn't wonder. I wondered before, but after that situation with me, I knew why they got the police up in here, because y'all in here robbing people, and I know I ain't the only person that wants to come in here and punch everybody in here in the face. You know what I'm saying? Cowboy style, roll the shirt up in your hand.
Oh yeah.
Well, but I didn't do it.
I'm glad then that you seem to be getting a choice in the matter that hopefully will work out for you a little better.
I can choose who I want to punch in the face now.
Exactly. And they'll be in Dallas.
The fool.
Yeah. Man, you talking about that wedding? That was one of the things that made us make the decision to come back here, how beautiful it was and how
thank you. Even though we ain't got no pictures.
Oh, I meant the city, but the wedding too. Being with the bros, you know what I'm saying? The low cost of living here in Lubbock is still lower than most other places you're gonna be. You get more for your money. We saw all that when we came back. And the other thing, we was happy that we were not on what you call that large grid, electrical grid, ERCOT.
But that's what they going to.
We going to ERCOT now, but we were happy that they were not on ERCOT, because ERCOT is the one that apparently gave out.
Yeah. Other thing.
Something went wrong with ERCOT, and it, from what I understand, is prematurely relying on so-called renewable energy. So if you got windmills and, like you said, solar panels, they don't constantly put out the same amount. And them windmills, them turbines, they fluctuate too. So when the cold snap hit, they had turned, my understanding, they had, they thought those renewable energy sources was gonna fill the gap, but they didn't fill the gap. That's where the gap was. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, that's anybody with half a brain can tell that those are not ready for prime time. You could put them on your house as a backup, but that's not supposed to be running no grid. It's not reliable.
No, it's not. And
I'm not too happy with the move because of that. And now we own ERCOT, or gonna be on ERCOT. You know what I'm saying?
But it might be Prairie Dog whole. It might be part of the plan.
I don't know what it is, but I know I'm not pleased with it. And I will tell you what. You were talking about your solar panels, and we have some backup energy sources on the house too. And I did it just because of that. When I saw that, what was that hurricane, that storm, winter storm, Uri or Harvey or whatever it was.
The storm?
The 2021 when the power went out. What was it
had a name?
Yeah, I think
I didn't know that. I just know it was cold.
Yeah. I don't know why they be naming them anyway.
Yeah.
But but what was that? 21, right? So in 21, that's when we saw that, we automatically said, okay, so when we move, first thing we doing on the house is getting some kind of backup energy. So yeah.
But really, backup energy is gas. When you think about it, in wood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like our house is all electric though. So, and that's good and bad because I grew up in a house with just gas and electric.
I would rather have gas and electric.
And it was always that thing though with the growing up with that gas in the house where you just got to make sure something cracked. Yeah. Or window something in their kitchen cracked or wherever that stove, you know what I'm talking about, to make sure we ain't all up in here finna succumb.
But also gas, when you have that gas, just a gas stove or a gas oven or whatever, that is it's another way to be prepared. Because all my grandmas, every grandma who house I ever went to used a gas oven to heat the house, at some point.
And that's even the furnace though.
Yeah,
like them old school furnaces, bro. Them things was the truth. Cause it was a fire right there. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just no warm air coming. Like it was a literal fire. Up here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's a whole different warmth and comfort. You know what I mean? When you're sitting in front of that fire.
That remind me of that old Millie Jackson song, "Keep Your Home Fires Burning, Burning." You remember that?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna play that. We're gonna play that.
Yeah, I said on the last time when you said, for some reason on every episode I start singing. I said when he do that, I'm gonna say, that boy good. That boy good. Yeah.
That boy can't sing. That boy can't sing.
That boy good.
Well, you guys say good meaning can't sing.
Yeah. I don't know. That cat was enjoying that singing though. I said that boy good. Yeah.
It's your soul. I can't see. So I can't even say soul glow. Right now I'm getting over I had a little weird snap something hit me. Felt I had a sore throat and a little bit of wheezing. And it was just like 1 or 2 days, you know what I'm saying?
Could have been what day was it?
It was actually after we did that clock turn back. I think it was Monday.
Because the other day we were outside, man. I pulled the goal out. We were in the yard playing. The girls are shooting hoops. We doing all that. And like when it's certain ways the sunlight got it hitting. You can see certain things going on. Yeah. And it was a certain way I was standing in the driveway and I was like, dang. And all I could see was a whole bunch of spider webs blowing.
Drifting down.
And little bugs and just a whole bunch of stratus everywhere in the air. And I was like, dang. But then when you look where the sun ain't hitting on that, it just looked like normal outside. You know what I'm saying?
Was it bugs? Are you sure it was bugs or was it just
it was a combination of fibers. It was a combination of all that. Because when I told Nat and I was like, babe, come look at this. And we looking, I said, you see all them spider webs and all that stratus and stuff floating in. And then we stood, as I started looking, it was moths and flies and skeeters and all kind of little bugs.
Nighttime or what?
No, it was daytime. And that's why I was like, man, we finna go in the house. Yeah. So it might have been your allergies. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a whole bunch of crap in the air.
It could have been. And I said that at work. I felt it the day before. I was like, man, I might not make it because I could feel it coming on. But man, what you saying, me and Shanti was out in the yard here one day, and it's this down the prairie dog hole, but it ain't really, because it's just a matter, do you believe your own eyes?
Yeah.
Those chemtrails, we had a plane fly over the house, and matter of fact, it might have been 2 or 3 leaving them dang persistent contrails, they call them. Mm-hmm. Well, I know this is what I'm always saying. You got to trust yourself and your powers of observation and your life experience, because you're an adult male. You've raised a family. You've done all kind of things in your life. Mm-hmm. You're a grown woman. You've got the same breadth of experience. Trust your own intuition and your own eyeballs. Mm-hmm. The powers that shouldn't be, they don't want you to trust your eyeballs.
They don't want you to trust your
So they'll
eyes.
say chemtrails, that's just a contrail. Well, I've seen something, it's almost like God showed me one time the difference between the two, because I remembered and I knew, but before it became a big deal, this is like in 2009, I was on the fence. I was like, I don't know if I believe that planes are spraying something. That's crazy. But sitting there at work one day, I saw one plane come in without leaving one, and another plane come and fly right behind a few minutes later, leaving one. And I sat there, I was on my lunch break, and I watched that contrail. Instead of disappearing,
it spread across the whole
across the sky slowly and made clouds and made the area cloudy. And that's when I realized, man, that is not a contrail. I remember, this is why I say I trust myself. I remember watching contrails right here when Reese Air Force Base was still here and planes were still flying back over the house and stuff. Or was it Reese? I don't know. But I know it was planes that would fly over the house. And you would see they would be pretty high up, and it would be leaving a very thin white marker looking line behind it. But it would only be...
It would dissipate, yeah.
Exactly. It would only be about 1 inch to 5 inches long as it appeared in the sky. Mm-hmm. Which is to say probably hundreds of yards. But it would disappear slowly, and it would never get longer than like 1 to 5 inches long. Mm-hmm. And as the plane left, it would disappear and it would never be there anymore. These are different. These planes fly over and leave and deposit that contrail stuff, that their chemtrail stuff.
And then they'll go that way and come back that way.
Another plane taking off.
Like, man, like, dang, what y'all?
So you'll have tic-tac-toe patterns in the sky.
What really doing up there?
Then they spread out and become clouds. Mm-hmm. So just what you saying about that stuff that was floating. Me and Shanti was out in the yard the other day. It was like a year ago. And we watched the plane fly over, a couple of planes leave that kind of crisscross pattern. Mm-hmm. And as we were standing there, man, a bunch of white stuff started floating down. Looked like spider webs or gossamer or something, you know what I'm saying? Just drifting down. And that's when I remembered I'd even read that when you start researching them chemtrails and stuff, that's the chemicals. That's a byproduct of whatever they're spraying. So again, okay, we down the prairie dog hole. This is all opinion. Try to get facts and stats where possible, but allegedly is all opinion. But I will tell you what, I don't let sissy soft suckers convince me that my own eyes and ears and memory don't work. You know what I'm saying? I know they do. I 100% remember contrails used to disappear. Now they don't. They're not the same thing. They're chemtrails.
Exactly. Because I know too, because I'm a sky watcher.
Right.
I always have been, you know what I'm saying? So I know exactly what you're talking about.
You are. I know you always been that way, man, but you do be on them apps watching stars and looking at constellations and stuff.
Hey, it's another media shower coming. Say, I'll be on it, bro. Like,
for real, this one coming? What is it? When is it?
It's the same one. Remember when we had watched that time?
Oh, it's just that was about this time. Yeah. So they come every year.
I believe, for what I'm seeing, I mean,
I guess that makes sense.
And I wish I was keeping a more accurate record, because then I can find the discrepancies of what's really been going on. Yeah. But I just be enthused and just be watching like, oh,
right.
Dang, what's that? I took a picture, I got a video, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like keeping accurate records of like this date, this time, this went on, like I don't be on that. You know
Yeah. I don't know how we got on this we was talking about the energy grid, and then some kind of way we went to renewable sources.
It always happens, man.
Yeah, that's the way.
Tie them angles back together and see.
Yeah, and that's what that's the only reason I was asking, because I wanted to circle back around to that, having backup energy, and then being kind of prepared as much as possible for bad weather. Which I felt like I told y'all months ago or weeks ago now. I said it's gonna be cold. I felt it in my bones. Something told me inside, man, it's gonna be winter is now. It already started. Fall has started, and it's gonna be cold.
That's why I say long draws, gloves, beanies. I got a skinny.
A skinny. What's that?
Yeah, it's a beanie. It's a ski mask beanie. It's fit like a beanie, but then it pull down and you can zip it up and make a ski mask. So I call it a skinny.
A skinny.
Yeah.
That's a very unique piece of apparel, bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
You might have to direct me to the
well, I don't know. They might still sell
such
them,
fine apparel.
You know, I got it at a very upscale shopping establishment.
Probably French.
So everybody might not be privy.
Right.
To T-Mart.
T-Mart, exactly.
You know
I thought it was that French store, that Target.
Yeah, Target. Yeah,
no,
T-Mart. Yeah, and they may have some because it's been a couple years, but when I saw them, that was like one of the best things since sliced bread I seen. Like, dang man, they got a beanie turned to a ski mask. What? You know what I'm saying? So I bought like 4 of them.
Really? That's how I do too, man. When you find something you like,
so they might not have them. Yeah, they might not have them out anymore. They might not have been a hot seller other than the weird people like me. You know what I'm talking about? That like ski mask beanies. You know what I'm talking about? Like, man, I could wear this as a beanie, but when need be, I could mask up. Like what? And then COVID hit. Oh man, y'all playing. It's okay for me to come in the store with a mask on. Ain't nobody tripping.
That was the silliest.
I got all kind of masks.
That's what I'm talking.
For real, bro.
Why do you have so many masks? Pray tell.
I don't. You know, I just had all kind of masks, bro. Like
I was always creeped out and very upset about that during COVID. That whole masking thing. Anybody can see. I mean, we show you a video that shows they don't work. You know what I'm saying? But I could tell that was just made up nonsense. But what ticked me off so bad about it, I would get off work and you want to stop by the liquor store. We was up in Virginia, and I'm going in a liquor store
with a mask
on.
Yep. Or even the bank. But if at the bank first, you got to pull it up and they got to run your face. I didn't like that, but
yeah. So that's not quick enough for that COVID to transpire. It's just like when you're standing up at the restaurant, you got to have your mask on. But when you sit down and eat, you can take it off. Yeah.
And I'm telling you, like post COVID, the worst thing, man, that people can do is cough and sneeze in public, boy.
Yeah.
You be trying to do everything to hold that. Because you don't want everybody. Because soon as you sneeze, everybody they ain't gonna just come out and just bust out in the full run.
Yeah.
But you can tell, man, ain't nobody trying to be up in here and you sneezing and coughing, bro. Like what's going on?
And
man?
That goes back to what I'm talking about, though. Your whole life.
Yeah.
I'm 50. I just turned 50. My whole life, that's never been a problem.
Well, I've always had a problem.
Well, I mean, you don't want somebody sneezing right on you.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about being in a room and somebody cough or sneeze. It was never an issue. Now they got you afraid of each other. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wrote that poem. Oh man, I got a poem. I'm gonna put it up this week. It's gonna be on the site. But it was about that. It was about that whole that what you say, the pandemic, the parts of it that didn't make no sense, which convinced me that it wasn't as bad. I could see with my own eyes that it wasn't as bad as they were saying it was from get-go. And the fact of what they was telling us didn't make sense. Just reinforced how it was like, well, this is clearly not what they're saying.
But when you think about it, like, it just stopped one day.
Yeah.
As bad as it was, just one day it just stopped.
What was it, Ukraine?
It just stopped.
As soon as Ukraine came out, it's like, oh, next thing.
It just stopped.
Right.
Like everything, but then you still have your people around that are still wearing masks and all that.
Yeah, just like in California, certain parts of California, they're talking about they're gonna bring back masking because of the fall season, and I was like, there's no way, I'm not ever wearing another mask.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, I got masks, so I ain't tripping.
I got masks, but I ain't.
And I ain't talking about no Halloween mask. I'm talking about. When I say mask, you know I'm talking about mask. And I was like, when it became okay for me to walk in the store with this mask on, bro, I was tripping.
That blew me away.
I was tripping. Like they would rather me pull, because I got a ski mask that is just the eyes and the mouth is so closed. Yeah. And I was like, these people looking at me when it's on my head rolled up like a beanie.
Yeah.
But when I pulled this mask down over my face, everybody's cool. And I was like, bro, what is the world that came to?
That's the inversion of reality, bro. The inversion of reality. That's another thing that just makes me realize, like, okay, you got to think for yourself, man. Don't just sit there and discount all of your life experience and understanding and let them invert reality. That's how you know it was sus from day one to me. Go in go in a bank with a mask on now. Go in a liquor store.
Or not only that,
on.
like how do you think a virus? Just on the scale of understanding, I'm not a scientist or biologist. I'm not any of that.
Right.
But my layman's understanding of viruses.
Yep.
A piece of cloth. If you could still smell a poot through that mask, do you really think that mask is stopping any type of viral entities coming into your body? Yeah. No, it is not, man. It's all a mind game, and that's placebo. So that might actually work because placebo experiments do work when people believe what they're doing to prevent a certain thing.
Work or they're gonna get sick. They
you
really
feel
do.
what I'm saying? Yep. Do you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yeah, man. Like I say, that whole thing, and it just ruined. I feel like it ruined a part of my life. That part of my life is just ruined. You know what I'm saying? And it was ruined because I was the one. I felt like the person that was sitting back looking at everything going, wait a minute, why is everybody tripping like this? You feel like you're crazy because everybody else is acting crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I understood what was going on and I took advantage where I could. I ain't gonna even lie. It was pretty, like, when they had, like, what the job I worked, we were essential workers. So it was never a time where I had to worry about not being able to go here or do that. Like I'm still moving free like everything else.
I had a letter from my job saying I was essential and had to move around. You know what I'm saying?
And then it's like we did too, and we had to keep it in the trucks with us. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like when you think about just driving in traffic, I ain't worried about the police stopping me because as soon as they pull me over, I'm finna start coughing. Slobbing out. You need my license and registration. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't playing them type of games either. You know what I'm saying? At the beginning, because it was kind of like nobody knew. It was
unknown.
But then once it started playing out, it's kind of like
once you saw Sweden didn't ever close anything down and didn't ever demand no mask, and they got the lowest COVID death rate in Europe.
Or just like on a not even just in your face level. You could go right here to on Avenue Q, and I seen a whole bunch of them people, population that didn't have masks.
Oh, the
outside, you know what I'm saying? And they wasn't sick. I'm just saying,
dude, bro. You the man. We got to.
And they can't wash their hands out like talking about it.
Go further down the prairie dog hole because that was one of those things. My life experience and my ability to believe what I'm seeing. That's one of the things I noticed. Like, that's one of the first things I noticed. I'm like, well, this is the Black Plague done hit us, but ain't no homeless people dead. The same huge concentrations of homeless people are doing everything they was always doing.
And not only just saying dead, but like they would be falling out in the street because they have no other place to go.
So
So you would notice that because it would be an influx of people just dropping dead out in the street because that's where they at.
The same, dude, I noticed this at the time, I'm telling you. At the same time I was thinking that, like, well, I still see all the same multitudes of hungry homeless folks out here. And I was on the East Coast. I'm talking about Baltimore, DC. Ridiculous homelessness, ridiculous stuff that you don't see here. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I fled there, but that's a whole other story. You don't see that kind of homelessness here, but all them same people right in the middle of COVID chilling. They underfed, malnourished, they completely dehydrated. Some of them are, alcoholics, drug addicts, completely exposed to the elements. And none of them I don't see none of them falling out. Don't see no dead people. And then the other side of that equation was the two hospitals that we was by, big hospitals, pretty good sized hospitals. When COVID was raging, but no homeless people was dying. And at the same time, on them hospital signs, it say, one of them is super busy. They both super busy. Never see no quick wait emergency room. But now all of a sudden it's the emergency room. It say literally on the sign out there, emergency room wait time, 2 minutes. What? It's usually 2 hours.
For real. More than that. 2 days, man.
Right.
You both of them win the emergency waiting room, man.
One over there on like y'all know. Well, if you've been up in Maryland, it was on Highway 100 over there near Glen Burnie. You can see it out the hospital. We went there a lot of time. And there was another one up there in Chantilly, near Chantilly, Virginia. Big old hospitals. Both of them signs say wait time 2 minutes, 1 minute, emergency room wait time. But while homeless still walking around, but it's the Black Plague. But anyway, man,
I think some people like that hypochondriac stuff to make themselves sick, man.
Yeah. And not only that, but the way they amped up the fear on TV on purpose to make you get vaccinated and stuff, to make you, that's one of the things that makes you sick too. Fear decreases your immune response.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Fear decreases your immune response. For real.
I was just like, if I gotta wash my hands more than I already do wash my hands, because I don't do weird stuff anyway.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying?
I stay pretty clean myself.
I mean, because that's how I was brought up, bro. Before you eat something, wash your hands.
Before you do
anything that you even put.
If you in the kitchen, you need to wash your hands. If you're in there messing around.
If you come from outside, wash your hands.
Yep.
That's the first thing you do when you come from outside is to wash your hands. Belt came with that. You know what I'm talking about, man? You be
a couple of licks.
Yeah. Come here from outside and walk in this kitchen messing around, bro.
Right.
Man, my grandma wasn't playing no game, bro. At all with that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't see how not when that came from that, because like I say, I'm out still in the midst of this pandemic working, and I'm still seeing these dudes using the bathroom and not wash their hands, and I'm just like, that's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, not only just because of this pandemic that's going on, just for the simple fact you done came in there doing the number 2, doing the fool in there, you know what I'm saying? And I'm in here trying to hurry up and get out because I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying?
He's in there making himself at home.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You just walk right out, you leave out before I do, and you ain't wash your hands. Like, come on, bro.
Man, one time up there in Maryland, I saw a dude. It was at a Dunkin' Donuts, and it was a dude behind the counter, man. He was he was busy. He was moving, getting the orders together, and then he went in the restroom, and I was in line, which was directly across where I was standing. It was directly across from the restroom door. So I saw him go in the restroom. I just happened to look at him, and he had on them clear gloves that they be using to handle it. And then he went in there and used the bathroom. And then when he came back out,
he had them same gloves.
He still had them clear gloves on.
And they wasn't wet. They didn't look moist. They didn't look damp or nothing.
And I called him on it. When he got back behind the thing, I said, "Sir, I just saw you go in the restroom and come out. And you still had those same looking clear gloves on." And he said, "Oh, I had another pair." I was like, "Yeah, but you came out the bathroom with them." So even he lying, he didn't have no 2 pair. He had 1. He never took them off. But even if he did have 2,
you still came out the bathroom.
You came out the bathroom wearing the second pair.
Don't come out the bathroom with them gloves on trying to touch my donuts, bro. Matter of fact, I don't even want no. I'm telling you, man. Look, I ain't finna argue with you about me not spending my money in here on these bathroom donuts you got in here. You know what I'm saying?
Bathroom donuts.
Toilet bowl.
Some donut holes.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Literally. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it.
When I said that too, I said, because I literally called him out on it, kind of, loudly, not loudly, but in, conversational tone. And the people that was behind me, 2 of them said, I'm like, and they walked out too. I was like, that's nasty, man. Baby, that's nasty. Like Eddie Murphy say.
Yeah. But dude, I do that too. Like I've been, where were we at? We were at the Whataburger on, this was like 2 or 3 years ago. It was me and Jason, Monica, and Nat. We was at the Whataburger off of 4th Street right there, outside the Loop. It's late night. I don't know what we were doing either. It was late night hype. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sitting there feeling good. You know what I'm saying? And when we ordered the food, like I'm looking at these people. I'm standing out by the counter and I'm watching what they doing.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing, like we saying, this glove fiasco where y'all back here tripping. So like I literally walked behind the counter and tapped the dude on the shoulder like, look, on this next order coming up, because I used to work fast food, so I know how to look at all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, bro, slide the tickets on that, baby. On this order right here, can you make sure you change your gloves before you do anything? And he was just like, oh, yes, sir. All right, cool.
What
I ain't
did he
doing
do?
No tripping.
What was he doing with the gloves?
Just
what kind of shenanigans?
Just from the front handling stuff and then coming back to the food. You can't do that, bro.
Nah,
you know
you're supposed to take 1 pair off.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you do something that ain't got food on it, you need to change them gloves.
And that's what I know. And he wasn't doing that. So like I told him, when you get to this, you know how they got the little thing, when you slide the ticket in there and make that noise when you slide it, slide them tickets on them. It was funny how he was looking at me. But yeah, when you get to this ticket here, G, make sure you switch your gloves, man. I'll be back here on the side making sure that's what you finna do.
Yeah.
And like I've even, when I was driving with McLean's, bro. We was in Dallas one time, and we had stopped before we came back, and it was a restaurant, and the dude, I had ordered the burrito, and he's back there making it, and I was watching him, and the dude, the whole time, it was just what he had going on, bro. I just knew my mom not finna eat that. I just looked at that dude. I just walked out the store, man. You can have the money. You can have that little $3 and all that, bro.
I mean, what was the situation?
It was just that stuff that don't make sense when you dealing with food and you got these gloves, bro. Don't be rubbing.
Don't touch your face.
Don't put your hair behind your ear.
That's gross.
And keep on, and all that, bro. I'm not finna eat that, bro. You can do that with your kids and your wife or whoever that's comfortable with that.
That's at home food handling behavior.
Yeah, but
that ain't public food handling behavior.
My vittles, bro. No, sir.
Your victuals. Man, lately I've been really feeling the music I've been bumping. After last week, we did that Most Def and that Aretha Franklin. And when I was looking at that, I realized that I also bumped the mess out of that. What's that group that saying you?
Loose Ends.
Loose Ends. I bumped the heck out of Loose Ends, man. And you know what's weird about that is back in the day, 85 and so 85, 86.
84, 85, 85.
Yeah, 84, 85 era. When they was actually out, it was background music. I heard it, but I didn't bump it. But I guess it's because it's got a more adult feel to it. It's they very jazzy, very laid back, man, very sophisticated. That Loose Ends, that you gotta sing it, even though my throat still kind of hurt. Got me hanging on a string now. And then she say, "I'm not your plaything." That's how she sound too, just like that. Okay, maybe not. Maybe a little different than that.
Yeah. I like the production of it, man. Everything that's going on in that. It's what got me as a kid.
You said as a kid, that's what got me right now. I was sitting at the music production station. You know, you got your monitor speakers. I think my measurements ain't right on my monitor, my angles, but trying to have them as close as I can. But I was, man, sitting in the middle of that triangle, man, listening to the width of that stereo field, and it's got such depth to it. Like you can, like you said, you can hear it's a little thing, and they say, "Boing."
Yep, that's all.
And what does that sound? It sound like a water drop. Every so often in the song, they got I think they got a lot of bongo sounding percussion. I call that Percocet. When I'm making my tracks, I say, man, this needs something. This needs some Percocet. But this is, you know exactly what that is too. It needs some boop, 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 and some, you know what I'm saying? Some percussion in there. That reminded me one time I was recording with one of my homegirls in California when I was stationed out there, and we made a song. I'll let y'all hear a snippet of it. I'll put it up there. I'll put it up in this. Yeah, we'll put a link to it for real. But in this song, she was playing the guitar and singing, prepping me for that Lubbock rhythm and roots. That was some of my early practice, because this was like 2009. Anyway, the song was pretty dope, but it needed something. And then I said, oh, you know, I know what it needs. It needs some percussion. And that's when I said that's some Percocet. And then no, that's not when I said Percocet. I said it needs some percussion. I said, oh, I was looking around. We didn't have no percussion. And I said, wait a minute, I got a great idea. I went in there and got a box of Morton salt that was almost empty and taped up the top. And when you shake it, I was like, that is exactly what it needs right there. So she played it again. Got me a mic and y'all think I'm joking, boy. And we said, yeah, from now on, we're gonna say when it need that, say sprinkle some salt on it. Of course, we never did say that because we only recorded one time. You know what I'm saying? But that's how that's what's so good about that Hanging on a String. And all they whole album, every song I've ever heard from them is good. Which I don't have none of their albums though. Well, now I do, but I didn't then. Do I have the albums or just the songs? No, I don't even have their music. I just listen to it on YouTube.
Yeah. See, that's some Loose Ends. That's some Mike turned me on too. Loose Ends.
Mad Mike,
well,
what's
my
up,
mama
bro?
turned, shout out to Mad Mike. My mama turned him on to it. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, that gap in our age, I remember certain things, but he remembers it because of he was fully fully aware and conscious at that time, and I was coming into of consciousness and awareness. You know what I'm saying? To be able to remember. I remember back when so I was in 2nd grade, but it's like some stuff is not as vivid, and some stuff I can vividly remember. Like it's pictures my mama have, and I can look at it and I can remember as a little boy taking that picture. I can't remember nothing leading up to it, but I can remember the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like when I did it, like
when that said, when
you
that,
know what I'm saying?
When the shutter said,
I remember what I was doing. Like it's one where we had came from Easter Sunday. Got my little Easter suit on with my little shoes, and it was these little brown shoes. I used to hate them shoes, man. My mama with them was the church shoes, you know what I'm talking about? The Buster Browns, you know what I'm talking about? So
Buster Browns.
And I remember this picture when we stayed on 5th Street in what was Tech Ghetto. In the apartments we were on. I remember when we got out the car and we're going up, because we stayed in the stairwell was here, and we stayed right there. And I remember I ran and grabbed that stair and put my foot up. You know what I'm saying? Them little brown, Buster Browns, hush puppies, you know what I'm talking about?
And then something said,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? When I see that picture, I remember that moment. I don't remember nothing else around it, but I do remember doing that. And then I remember another picture when we had just got some bikes. You know what I'm saying? The bicycles, and we had took the picture, and I was on there like, saying styling and profiling on that thing, man. And I just remember that moment. But
stunting on the Huffy.
You feel me? And that's what it was a Huffy. You know something? That's crazy. Yep.
Can you remember the songs that was playing around that time frame? Maybe not that at the picture moment.
Well, what my mama was, man, this is what my mama was listening to. I know at that time, she had a Camaro with the T-tops. I remember I used to think that was the coolest car in the world. You know what I'm saying?
That sound dope.
And it was Randy Crawford. And I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, that Dadgum Loose Ends tape was the only 2 tapes she had in that car at the time. And when every time we got in that car, it was either Randy Crawford or Loose Ends. And Mike would have to verify that, because like I say, he was in a higher level of consciousness than I was at that time. But I do remember that Randy Crawford album. Because right now, that's one of my favorite Randy Crawford. That is my favorite Randy Crawford album. You know what I'm saying? And the songs on there, I remember. And I just, like I say, as a kid listening to him. And I just remember that time frame. That's when it was like 49-cent tacos at Taco Mayo. 99-cent Whoppers at Burger King. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can remember certain things from that time frame.
Yeah.
But I don't remember everything.
Ain't that weird? That's one of the things I love about music, is how, like smell, it carries memory. Smell carries memories, and music carries memories. I can hear a song right now that I ain't heard in 20 years. I still know the words to it somehow, most of them, and I still remember where I was, what I was doing when I first heard that song, or the memorable points, high points of life from that song when it was out, when it was playing.
Yep.
I don't remember. And that's the weird thing about Loose Ends. I don't have no memories to them. So I wasn't into them at the time. You know what I'm saying? But I remember the song playing, most of their music playing at the time. And a lot of the people who showed me what good music was, man, first of all, Pops. He used to always be bumping something, man. I remember riding in we had a maroon and white Thunderbird back in like 80, 81, 82. And I remember rolling that mud, bumping some good stuff. And then really, that was when I was in first, second, third grade. About 85, 86, 87. Oh man, I was about fifth, sixth, and seventh grade. And I really have a lot of memories where I can specifically recall. For example, this Christmas coming up, right? So one time at Christmas season, we was rolling, I think in that, it might have been the Cadillac. We had an Eldorado Baritz. And we was downtown, and they was playing, I Want to Wish You a Merry Christmas. And it was snowing, and we was crawling real slow. Finna go do, I can't remember what we was doing, but I remember that. I remember they had those little fake garland-looking lamps on the lampposts. Remember all that, you know what I'm saying? And it's right there with, I Want to Wish You a Merry Christmas. Every time I hear that song, I think of that memory. That's just what I'm talking about. That's amazing to me. I don't have no specific memories to these cats, but I remember this is the kind of music that, remember that house, grandma's house where that ghost was? over there. It was cool over there. Just sometimes
once you get past that,
sometimes
that wasn't dealing with
and I didn't never notice that thing looking around the corner when I was young so much, but we definitely noticed it when we were staying there. But anyway, all my uncles and aunties, Peter, Reese, Belinda, Vanessa, all my mom's sisters, not my mom, and I don't think Aunt Valerie was there, but all of them were younger kids. Mm-hmm. And by younger, they were like young adults, late teens, young adults. And I was like 7 or 8. And they used to play some good stuff. They used to play that Cameo.
Which one?
Man, all of them Shake Your Pants on up. You know what I'm saying? Shake your pants. Woo. Woo.
Woo. Yeah, I've listened to that one, baby. And then I reached down and shake their pants right
there. Shake their pants. Yeah, good joints, man. Good joints. Man, we meandering through the conversation at a leisurely pace, and also kind of haphazardly. But the other thing that we want to talk about wasn't really down the prairie dog hole. I guess is what's going on. That video we saw. Mm-hmm. Man, y'all check this video out right here.
This man spent Father's Day protecting his child from a gunman. It happened at a gas station in Detroit. Police released video of the incident showing the suspect opened the door to the gas station's convenience store, pulled out a gun and a clip from his pants, inserted the clip, and then pointed it at a man inside who was holding a baby. That protective dad immediately reacted, swatting the gun away and then running further into the store as the gunman retreated outside. The suspect can be seen outside the store backing away before turning around and leaving.
And in this video, you'll see the dude comes up and he tries to shoot a dude at the corner store. It's in Detroit, of course, someplace like that where I would never consider even going to. You know what I'm saying? And there's just so many things wrong with it, with this video. Like what you were saying about the first thing that you saw?
A dude fumbling with coming there, doing all this and doing like what's happening? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So he don't even know how to operate his weapon. First of all, why are you
carrying it? Yeah, you a danger to yourself and everybody around you, sir.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With things. We're doing that.
You didn't try to do that at home. So in other words, you have no proficiency with your weapon whatsoever.
Yes. That's why I say you are a danger to yourself and everybody around you,
and
sir.
Well, clearly he's a danger to that dude he was trying to shoot. And then he tried to shoot the dude with a baby.
That's what I'm saying, man. Come on, bro. We got to do better than that, man.
And ain't no telling when this video from. This one of them weaponized attention getters. I think this is YouTube Shorts. That's a weaponized attention getter. So I'm looking at something else one day and that pops up. And then you go down a prairie dog hole on that for real.
Yeah.
But this video, when I saw it, man, it was just like, oh, it's just despicable. You know what I'm saying? Just pitiful.
And that's why, along with other states, I'm glad that Texas changed the law.
Yes.
And it's wide open out here. Mm-hmm. You can walk around with a shinobi sword on your back if you want to. You know what I'm saying?
Swing swords like shinobi.
Yeah, and I'm with that.
Yeah, I am too. I got this is Pop's attitude too. I feel like don't have any rules about it. Leave people alone and let them carry what they want to carry, how they want to carry it, and just let it be known that it ain't gonna be no craziness jumping off because somebody in this room or in this crowd or in this store, this school, whatever the case may be, somebody is armed. So
they with the smoke too. That's like they with the smoke too.
That's
just basically what that means. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they
you ain't the only one in here about that smoke,
right,
bro?
They you know what I'm saying? They ready to peel that smoke.
Yeah,
back,
everybody. There's other people in here that waiting for the funk to jump off too. Like, you see that? Oh, hold on, like it ain't gonna be no.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out where the magazine. I ain't nothing, man, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah. And then I would say kudos to the father on this video. He got his baby in his arms. He got his dread swinging. Got a cigarette dangling out his mouth.
But the one thing I saw he did that made a whole lot of sense, and that's what I don't know if a lot of people realize it watching that or understand that was the motion that he used to get that firearm away from him.
He just did a sweep.
and it was up in a way, not in a motion where it's still
traveling
still
over
in
your
the
body.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Push it up off away from it.
If
it's over here, push it over there. If it's over there, push it over there, but don't sweep it
across your body. And that's what I noticed. That like he did that right. You know what I'm saying?
Which is funny because that's actually basic firearm safety rule is you don't ever cover your body. When you drawing or putting away, holstering or whatever, you ain't coming across your body with that, or the body of, needless to say, anybody else's body, but we're talking specifically about sweeping yourself. I didn't notice that until you just called it out, but he sure did do that. He swept that gun up, and also he stepped toward him. My Uncle Travis used to say, if somebody pull a gun on you, step into a gun and away from a knife. And I was like, yeesh. But that's true though. A knife is a close distance weapon. A gun is the whole point of a gun is that you can do it from a distance. So if you step closer, you could potentially, like this dude did, sweep it or render them unable to use it in whatever way.
And it's all situational. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because depending on where they are with the weapon, knife or gun, depends on really what you can do.
Right.
Because initially it all has to be pointed at you for it to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you can stop that in any type of manner, whichever direction it's coming from, that's what's advantageous to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the best thing to do is be aware of your surroundings and try not to be there when something jump off. But if you can't do that, life or death situation like this cat was.
Like that, you just walking out the store and this dude walking. Like, man,
fumbling with his.
But I'm saying, as much as he was fumbling, if dude didn't have that baby in his hand, I'm pretty sure
he could have
something else would have happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He's just probably being that cautious because he got his baby in his hand. You know what I'm saying? But because this dude, at least 3 seconds, he and still didn't get it right. Was outside messing with it. Like, bro, you might well move around with that.
And what gets me, there is nothing I can think of in the world almost that would have me going in a corner store with a gun to shoot a dude.
On camera.
Hello.
Cameras.
What I can't understand what the setup of this was. What was the cause of this?
That's what I'm saying. Foolishness. That's all I see is foolish.
I mean, it could have been like if he didn't harm my family in some way or something like that.
But I'm not finna come to the gas station.
But not at the gas station.
Do nothing to you. Though.
And not only that, and then didn't even practice with his weapon. Couldn't even. He was fumbling with his weapon.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, this video was farcical, despicable, disgusting, and
that's why I say, even in me personally, if you had done something to my peoples, my family or something, I ain't gonna shoot you.
Right.
I won't put these on you.
Yeah.
If I'm coming to get you,
so you can get touched.
Yeah, if I'm coming to get you, it's gonna be long and drawn out. It ain't gonna be nothing fast. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. It'll be like what's the little thing on the Saw movies? What's his name? Jigsaw. Yeah, I'm gonna be West Texas Jigsaw. You know what I'm saying? It'll be like, man, that dude there. Why it might
have
be
him in a cotton gin tied up somewhere.
Stuff,
you know what I'm saying?
You gonna have to choose between this and this, but you gonna have to give one of them up. Right. You ain't walking out of here with both of them.
I ain't never watched the episode of Saw, man. Not a single one. I watched
the first one, and then I was like, sorry, but that ain't nothing I care nothing about. And then it was one with I think the latest one had Chris Rock.
I tried to watch that one,
and that was I just watched it because it was Chris Rock, and I can't think of who the other cat was in there with him, but that's the reason why I watched it. You know what I'm saying? Because other than that, from that first Saw, nothing in between that was I don't really
what it is it's torture porn, and it's pornography of torture.
Yeah,
and that the movie is pointless. It just exists to show you the porn of the torture porn.
Yeah, all the gory and all that. Oh, I don't want to see all that.
I don't want to see all that.
You know what I'm saying? Because even if I did that to you, I'm gonna be leaving the room when that stuff start happening. I don't want to witness it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just know your head got squished by a big old boulder or something, or however. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see it, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't remember Faces of Death.
Yeah, I do.
Them old videos, I remember as a youngster, bro, seeing one of them, and I don't even know where I was at, who it was with. I just remember watching that and just knowing that wasn't for me, bro. I don't never want to see nothing like that.
I watched them a couple times, a couple of different ones.
Maybe because I was 11, 12 years old.
Exactly.
I probably was too young to be watching it anyway. But,
well, that man, like I say, that's just one of the whole reasons why we came back to Lubbock. And like I say, we was gone. We was on the East Coast and all over, here, there, and everywhere. But those places, I hear a lot of people in Lubbock, down Lubbock, and talk about how, you know, it ain't this and it ain't that. And I'll be thinking to myself, well, yeah, you should be glad it ain't like San Francisco. You should be glad it ain't like Detroit. Heck, even Dallas and Houston, some places down there, man, they getting to the point where I'm like, eesh.
And some will Lubbock. Why they bullcorn
it is. It is. Yeah, Lubbock ain't squeaky clean.
Yeah, it be some nonsense going on around here.
Yeah. It ain't squeaky clean, but the nonsense that go on is so rare that it makes your eyebrows go up.
And then what's crazy is a lot of it is unreported. Yeah. And I don't mean not like reported to the police, but as far as the public, it's not. It don't make the news. Cause I was looking at like I be looking at the police blotter. Sometimes I be on the scanner. You know what I'm saying? And just different things like that. And it be stuff happening, but it don't make the news. And then I be like, dang, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
You be on the scanner? Like the radio scanner?
The police, fire department, EMS scanner thing.
Yeah, where is it online or?
Yeah, you can get an app. You can just download the app at the App Store.
Oh wow, I might have to start peeping that out.
And I'm just saying, you know.
No, that sounds.
You know me, I'm in the zone, bro. Sometimes I hear them sirens and I hear stuff going on, so I just kind of tap in a little bit. To
see what's up.
Yeah, like man, hold on.
Situational awareness.
Yeah. Like, man,
ain't nothing wrong with that. We're moving on up.
So let me find my overalls and my long johns and get out the bed and see what's going on.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. No, for real. Situational awareness. That's why I was asking you about it. I was like, where is he hearing this information? Because I'm not. I need to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, and that's what. And then not only that, just being like where I live at, like it man, it's sporadically you'll hear gunshots, bro. But obviously, I guess nobody got hit or killed. Maybe somebody got shot and didn't report it, or I don't know what be going on. But like I hear it, and like I know it's not firecrackers, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just from the percussion and the repetition of it. You know what I'm saying?
The rhythm and stuff.
It's not a firecracker, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I have to go tell the girls, man, y'all come in here. You know what I'm saying? Like the other night, I heard something, and I had my headphones on, so I wasn't really sure. So I was just like, man, y'all come in here. You know what I'm saying? Because they room in it. That's anything. That's another story.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
But I hear you. And that's it, man. That's what it's about. Lubbock is. I said something the other day. I said when I was making some notes and thinking about stuff, and I be recording my thought process sometimes. And I was saying Lubbock is matter of fact, what I was doing, I was freestyling. That's what I was doing. I had a track playing. I had the headphones on, just saying, you know, making a song, constructing a verse.
Yeah.
Ad hoc, ad lib.
Yeah.
And I said Lubbock is big enough to have something to do, but small enough. And then I expressed it in some kind of cool way. It's I can't think of it, but the point is it's big enough to where there's things to do. It's got everything you want, at least one of everything you want. But it's small enough to where it ain't got too much of what you don't want.
Yeah, because, and one thing too about Lubbock, it's like a lot of people come down here from bigger cities.
Yeah.
And they think they can do them same big city crimes.
Yeah.
In Lubbock. And you can't. Lubbock not big enough. Like eventually, bro, you gonna get yammed up.
Yeah.
Because it's only so many places you can go in Lubbock that people gonna see you.
Yeah.
That was the thing with Lubbock, when knowing people that weren't from Lubbock, and this is like back in the day though, before it kind of expanded so big out there. Because there's people that live out here in South and Southwest Lubbock that you will never see, because they don't gotta come to our side of the city. You know what I'm saying? Unless the fair or the 4th of July
or
thing,
riding at the lake, riding their bike at the lake.
Yeah, and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they ain't trying to come over here.
Yeah,
they don't have to. Everything is out there. All the amenities and everything is out there where they at. They catering to them. They not catering to us. We gotta drive way out there to do something, to go bowling, to watch a movie, to eat at a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? We gotta drive way out somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. But I know what you mean. And that's that makes me think about that Leprino discussion that we had. But one of the things that they were saying, Mr. and Mrs. Fareed, I think her name is Mary Fareed. Patricia. Yes, that show is Patricia Fareed and Lennis Fareed.
Yes, sir.
When we had our discussion with them, and they were saying how by putting the Leprino on the east side, people are gonna hit the loop and go directly to it and not drive through the east side. But they were saying it was supposed to go on the west side And then they were saying that some of the students aren't going to be hired from Estacado, the workers, they're going to be hired from those Eastern schools. But I guess the point I was making is it sounded like Leprino was danged if they do and danged if they don't. Wherever they put it, it's like people are thinking it's not made for us. It's doing something bad to us on the east side. You know what I'm saying? If they put the plant on the east side, that's bad because of the pollution. And they're not gonna drive through the neighborhood. They're gonna drive on the route.
And I don't even think it would have been. This is my opinion. I don't think it would have been a problem with the proximity of where that facility is actually at. It's the point of them putting that water in that lake.
Yeah. Now,
see if they can keep that separate and outside and all the way out there contained and whatever. That's one thing because it is on the outskirts of the community type thing. Yeah. But bro, when you bring this water right into our park where we at, people got a problem with that.
Yeah, and so I was talking at work the other day with somebody about that, and we were saying like, but it's rules and regulations, TCEQ, I think it's called like that. It's a Texas Environmental Commission, something like that, Environmental Quality Commission, something like that. They don't play. So it ain't, in other words, it ain't gonna be no pollution. There's gonna be standards. I won't say it ain't gonna be no pollution because we know
that's inevitable. Yeah.
Well, we don't
anything
know
that's not natural to that environment is a pollutant.
Yeah.
Pollutant.
That's a good point. But at the same time, there's going to be accepted industry-wide, countrywide, international, national standards that this water has to be at before it can be put in there. So it's going to be meeting those standards. And if it's not, there's remedies for it. There's you can take them to court. You can make it meet them standards. You know what I'm saying? So in other words,
the thing between that is what's going to be the mediation point between the community and the people that's testing this water and making sure all this is going on. But I think that's where Mr. Fareed and Mrs. Fareed with the Stop organization are that's kind of where they coming in with the environmental part of it. Like you gonna have somebody here that's gonna be every time you turn and look, we looking. Yeah,
so
we ain't went nowhere.
That's their mission.
Yeah, you feel me? We ain't went nowhere. Yeah, we still right here making sure you doing what's supposed to be going on and what you said you was gonna do. We ain't went nowhere.
Yeah, I do see that too. And sometimes when I think about it, it seemed like it was a no-win situation. If they'd have put it on the west side, they would have said, now we can't get no jobs there because it's far away and we got to drive. We put it on the east side.
But I don't think they gonna get no jobs anyway, and that's just my opinion. I think that's all fluff.
I think they'll take whoever's qualified.
But they supposed to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then what are the qualifications?
Well, I'm sure for certain parts of that job it's gonna be a high school diploma. Yeah. All you're doing is warehouse work.
But then that's what I'm saying. Like, so is the management gonna reflect the diversity of your workforce? Because that's really the problem that's going on in Lubbock. Is on this grunt level, we'll hire you.
Yeah.
When you're talking about coming up here and having a career and making some real money, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I've just noticed that in doing what I do career wise, when I go to different facilities, I just noticed there's no diversity in here.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And to be honest, man, I hate to always be the one playing devil's advocate, but just in my experience, what I've seen, corporations are dying to find black people to fill, I don't want to say quotas, but to fill positions.
They get them kickbacks.
Whatever they get, it's a big incentive. They are hugely incentivized to do it.
That's why they'll hire a black woman, because that's two minorities.
Yeah. That's what I understand too. You got a woman and a black person. You counting both the intersectionality, I guess. You counting her at the intersection of her race and ethnicity. You know what I'm saying? Of race and gender or whatever. But either way, in my experience, it's hard to find black people to fill those positions for as hard as they was looking.
And then the thing too with Lubbock is most times when people graduate high school and they're looking to do career type stuff, they leave.
Yeah.
And they go to thing. Dallas, Houston, that type of stuff in the cities.
You're right. And now
or even out of state. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And not only that, but that's a very good point, because the people that leave tend to be the upwardly mobile type that would have a bachelor's or a master's in something, or going to get a bachelor's.
Because, bro, I know a lot of people that I went to school with that moved out of Lubbock.
Yeah.
That have them qualifications. You know what I'm saying? But that's why they left Lubbock, because it wasn't those opportunities at that time weren't readily available and accessible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In masses like that
But that goes back to what I'm saying though. So now at Leprino, and then they're gonna be having a hard time finding them people because where? Because what? They ain't here.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's not saying none of them are here, but a lot of them are gonna flee the area for larger metropolitan areas where they can get those jobs commensurate with those degrees.
Mm-hmm. So possibly Leprino could be an incentive for some people to come back to try to fill those positions, and then maybe that would open, like I say, the diversity of that for the community, for people to feel like, I'm just saying, like I've worked in places where what do you call that?
HR?
Yeah, the HR, they weren't in tune with the I don't want what is that called?
Not a quota. Ratio,
the
representation.
Yeah, the representation and all that of, like I'm saying, the management.
They weren't proportional.
It doesn't. Because like I was telling them, just the difference in how people, different communities operate can create a misconception in everything. Like I was told one time that I made one of the supervisors feel uncomfortable because I was being over aggressive. And I was like, how was I being over aggressive? Well, he said you kept looking him in his eyes. And I was like, man, I was taught as a man, that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
My bad.
Right.
I didn't know he was a metrosexual or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Soft. Like with the capital T, you know what I'm saying? I apologize. I didn't mean it like that. I was just taught as a man, when you are addressing another man, you make eye contact.
You ain't supposed to stare him down, but you're supposed to
at least engage, let you know, engage, and I'm in, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Interested in what you're talking about, or at least I'm we right here.
And that kind of remind me of, you remember Kenyon Andrews with the whole Slayton situation? That kind of remind me of on the second conversation, which y'all haven't seen yet. That's gonna be up pretty soon. But he was talking about the initial N-word incident in Slayton, but then we talked to him second time. My understanding was broadened a little bit because he was the only black teacher in that school, and that's what. And probably one of the few males in that school. Most teachers are female anyway.
And that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, everybody is cool with a submissive, weak, weenie black male. But when you are assertive,
when you're
just a stand up, just a regular guy, bro.
Yeah.
Just over aggressive. I just had a job interview, bro, and I know they was lying, but the dude told me we have a no aggression policy. How do you feel about that? You know what I'm saying? I just looked at that dude like, I don't even care. Like I told him, I'm at work.
Get aggressive in the first place.
Bro, I'm at work. So he was like, well, what if your supervisor told you that they don't like you and they hate the way you work? And I told him, I'm going to go tell on him, bro. I'm at work. What else would I do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He got a supervisor too.
Yeah, I'm going to go tell. And when I'm at work, I'm telling.
Yeah.
I'm telling for real. Because I know what y'all doing in here. That's why I'm going to tell. I know the proper chains of command. I know what you do. You know what I'm saying? My wife has a master's degree, HR resolution. You know what I'm talking about? I know. I know how to conduct myself.
I didn't know Young Nat was a master's.
Yeah, she got a double master's, man. Don't ask me what the other one is, because I know, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But
all right, sis, I see you over there. You see my voice still recovering.
But that was just funny that I was telling her, like, and she was like, I ain't never heard of nothing like that.
I've never heard. I wouldn't know what to say to that question.
But that's when I was telling her. I said I knew they wasn't finna hire me by how they was in there acting. But me being me, I don't want to work in here with you suckers, because I already see what it is, and I can just see how y'all in here acting right now. That some eventually would come up where y'all had me in here.
How was they acting?
Make it just like the dude, the guy that was my point of contact, right? That the agency told me, when you get there, you're gonna meet with this dude. That's who you're gonna be interviewing with. It was him, and it was two other guys. It was one guy that was asking the questions, but when I'm answering, I'm looking, like I say, I'm looking at everybody in their eyeballs as I'm talking.
Supposed to alternate your attention.
So when I noticed this dude back here, he's somewhere floating around in La La Land. So I'm looking at him. Then when he see me, then he tried to get back right. But that's when I knew then, like, this is a facade. It's fake. Y'all ain't finna hire me. You are interviewing me just to say, well, we did interview minority candidates, but they just didn't fit the criteria that we would. I know what's going on here, man.
So they didn't call you back, or you still
not
waiting?
yet, but they said that the process takes a few weeks.
Okay,
so we'll see.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I ain't gonna call them out.
Where are we in the wait?
Yeah. So I keep posting on that, but I don't feel like they are. But I ain't tripping because I'm on so much tomorrow in the morning. Be like, bro, they did call me back.
Yeah, I knew they was gonna call me back. These pretty good people.
After this podcast.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. After the podcast come out, they be like, "Oh, actually, we saw your podcast and we strive very hard to achieve it." Like,
inclusive.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, he ain't trying to include nobody like me.
Don't get me started on inclusion. I ain't even gonna go there.
But I think there's anybody who would challenge nonsense. Certain people don't want them type of people around. You know what I'm saying?
Subservient.
And it don't matter if you white, black, or whatever.
No, they want people that go along to get along for the most part.
And I can't do that.
And
I don't know how to play pretend, man.
That's what I was saying the other day at work. I can't remember how we got on it, but I was mentioning, like, I don't really think you're supposed to bring your whole. People always say they found a job where they can bring their whole self to work. When I used to contract for one of the big intelligence agencies. I used to be employed by one, and then I used to contract for another one that was even bigger. And when I was contracting, that's something that everybody at that intelligence agency would say, these officers. They was all like bringing their authentic self to work. And I've never been comfortable with that concept. You're not supposed to bring your authentic self to work. And I'm going to tell you why. Because your authentic self, when you at work, you representing your employer.
Yeah.
You're not representing your authentic self. You're representing your employer. And you shouldn't be at work being, so in other words, I'm a fairly articulate person, but that's one facet of my personality. Because really, when I'm relaxed and down home with my folks, I like to cuss and joke and trip. You know what I'm saying? But it's just in a relaxed people.
They call it style flexing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I mean, we have to do that, bro, because they don't understand it. Some people don't understand it. They don't understand that. So you have to kind of like I have a partner, man. We joke about it, but it's like a uniform.
Yeah, it is a uniform.
And that's a mentality and everything that come with it. And then as soon as I leave up out of here and clock out, all that come off. I am not that dude, really. You know what I'm saying? I'm only that dude when I come in this building and work with y'all. Outside of that, you might want to move around for me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm not in a zone where my professionalism and you know what I'm saying, all that is not at account right now, man. Man, say.
Well, Mr. Miller, we do have a policy,
no aggression policy.
No aggression policy. How do you feel about that?
I feel great about it because I don't like to be around aggressive people either.
That's right. That's right.
How do you feel? That don't even feel right saying that's
that, a stupid,
man. Like
who says that? What kind of question is that?
Yeah,
that remind me of back in the day when the things were segregated and they be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we don't serve N-words here." And then somebody, Dick Gregory said,
"I don't eat them because I don't eat
them."
He's like, who I forgot is a comedian too. There might have been Richard Pryor, where he said, "Can you imagine something that big and black on your plate? I don't want to eat that." I think that might have been Richard Pryor. It might have been one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Just the way you said it sounded like Red Fox joke. You big dummy. But that was TV. He was funnier than that. I remember Red Fox talking about one time. He said, I know I can't do his voice right now because mine is kind of messed up. I'm kind of halfway sounding like him. But he say, people he know don't eat pork. He said, "Don't eat no pork. Don't eat that swine." He said, "Don't eat no chitlins, hog maw, none of that good stuff." And he told him, "Man, you sitting there trying to be healthy." He said, "You want to live." He said, "But one of these days you're gonna be laying up in the hospital, dying from nothing."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wow, that's a point."
Yeah, that's what Mike told me. He said, "Man, we're gonna have to die for something one day, bro." I said, "Yeah, man, but
all things in moderation. You ain't got to overdo it."
The time I do have here, I want to have a great quality of life.
Yeah, that's what it's about. That's about quality of life right there. You said it all, man. That's why we came back to Lubbock, man. People think I'm all on Lubbock tip. But I kind of am in a way because I was gone long enough to know how it used to be when I was growing up, 70s, 80s, and 90s, mid 90s. And then you come back in the 2020s and you're like, whoa, this is a different city.
Except for the east side.
Well, yeah. Except for the east side look worse.
That's what I'm saying.
The east side look much worse. But that's
dilapidated.
It's dilapidated, but then the people that live there,
the morale is down.
The morale is down. The people that live there haven't kept their houses up. Some
of them have though.
Some of them have.
Man, I'm telling you, bro. Like if you go, like if you
Dunbar
actually
area,
drive, not even Dunbar. I'm saying right in Parkway.
Yeah.
Like if you go on Parkway, like especially MLK, this side of MLK, like it's nice houses where people take care of their yards and their homes and everything.
And you can see them. They stand out.
And then inside of Parkway, it's sporadic.
Yeah.
But when you go through there, you can see it, bro. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying for the people.
That's caring about yourself.
For the people who are doing that, man. Like we trying to come together and make that, you know what I'm saying? Where you're not alone. We're not on an island out here of people that's taking care of their yard and their homes and don't have trash everywhere. And you know what I'm saying? Nonsense going on in the up and down the street with these kids, these babies out here and these elderly. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we have to do better, man. And like I was told the other day when I was talking to SS, like you can tell who still sleep out here, bro. You can tell who still sleep.
What you mean by that?
It ain't about what you talking about. I can see by what you doing. You ain't awake. Came out. Yeah, you
not woke, but you ain't conscious.
Yeah,
you ain't
not
alive and kicking.
Saying the woke stuff. I'm just saying like
wokeness.
Yeah, just a conscious of what's going on in the community around you, your family, the kids, the house. Like I can tell how you moving, bro. That you are not in tune with what we supposed to be doing. You're not on code, as they say.
Yeah, you're not on code. just simple stuff, man. Like I used to have my kids. I don't know if they still do it now. Well, they don't do it now because there's no need to. But whenever there's a need to, we still police the yard. And I got that from Pops. You know, that's a military term. Police the yard. It means pick up trash and make sure everything look copacetic on your premises. You know what I'm saying? But that's the
base. That's
basic stuff.
If everybody did stuff. That, would be cool.
If everybody did that,
and stop going on Erskine back there, Erskine and Guava, and throwing their old furniture and stuff out.
Yeah.
When it's a facility that you can go to right down the road,
that far away from there.
Not even
the facility
a mile.
Is like a mile away.
Maybe, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You could go.
So if you could if you put that stuff on your truck, on your car, whatever it was on, and went all the way to Erskine, you could have just went on
the other side of Erskine,
the other side of Erskine,
MLK, right there,
free,
right by Mackenzie Park,
free.
You just show them your ID.
Yep. That's what I'm talking about, right?
They take all that. You know
That's what I'm talking about. That's basic stuff.
I done took washing machines, old TV, bed, you know what I'm saying? Everything over there.
Took a couple of bodies over there one time. I mean, bodies of camera bodies, old cameras. No, that's basic stuff though. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. And if everybody did the basic things they were supposed to do, I wonder how much Coach used to say in football, man. I went to Lubbock High. Coach Loudermilk at Lubbock High said, "What kind of team would this team be if everybody on it was just like me?" It's a stupid football nursery rhyme.
That make a whole lot of sense.
But it's 100% true.
Because it's saying that make you hold self accountability. First of all, like, if everybody was half running around, half jabbing like I'm doing, like, you know what? I need to step my game up.
Yep. And that you can't argue with that logic. It's 100% true. It goes for everybody everywhere. What kind of world would this world be if everybody in it was just like me? And that's what I'm striving to teach my family. I done taught them. My family grown and my kids grown, you know. I done taught them, and that's the lifestyle I'm striving to portray, and that's the image that I try to reflect. You know what I'm saying? It is on you. It's on you.
It is, and that's each and every individual. Like literally, self accountability, man. If you doing what you supposed to do, and you got integrity, to where when ain't nobody looking, you still doing what you supposed to be doing. Bro, we'll be winning. We'll be winning out here. Like why isn't Why isn't it that?
And I will say, I think that's a big part of what's ailing the East Side is we need more people with that mentality. Now, I know there's things wrong that need to be fixed. There's the old buildings that need to be torn down. There's environmental issues. Those things are there, yes. But the general squalor and the general dilapidation that you see and the demoralization of the people, that won't be fixed by not bringing Leprino.
Yeah.
That won't be fixed by tearing down them old cotton gins.
Yeah.
That's fixed by everybody handling their business the way they should.
And I think too, part of that is everybody, like people understanding that everybody got a pass. You know, we were young. Everybody made mistakes or decisions that,
of course,
if they could go back, they would change and they would this, that, and the third. But living in today, and the men and women that we are today, let's hold each other accountable in today, in the right now, not 20 years ago, or when we was in high school. He was this kind of dude, or she was doing this and that. Like, bro, it's 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? A man or a woman cannot change in 30 years, bro.
Right.
Like, you think I'm the same dude I was?
I ain't nowhere near the same.
When we was at Parkway, you know what I'm saying?
Some
like,
ways
I'm not
I am,
that
in
cat.
some
You
ways
know what
I
I'm
am.
saying? Yeah, like,
in the good ways, I am still the same person. In the bad ways, I'm not.
You know what I mean? And it's like, let's hold each other accountable in the new us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To where, okay, now we older, we're more mature now. We ain't doing all that nonsense. And we all are here and we're willing to make a change. Let's do it. Let's get together and let's do it. I ain't saying we gotta eat Sunday dinner with each other every weekend, or you come spend a night with me, and you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying we gotta invade each other's space.
So I can't come spend the night.
I'm saying, bro, you know, I don't know, man. We had to sit here.
We can talk to the wife real quick.
So you still sleepwalk, man? You know, I gotta watch this.
Say, no, I don't sleepwalk, but I snore like a boy.
Man.
He's like, nah, you can't come on.
Say, man, nah, I ain't tripping, man. When I go to sleep, man, you know, I sleep a couple hours, you know, close my eyes, wake back up, and then I'm up again, drinking coffee, you know.
Wow.
Looking around. So.
But I don't know, man. That's supposed to get that 8 hours, 9 hours, boy.
Man,
I can tell when I get my sleep right.
But see, my understanding is, as long as you get a full sleep cycle,
yeah,
you good. You know what I'm saying?
Who was that? Thomas Edison, I think, supposedly stayed up and slept in naps, slept in 15, 20, 30-minute naps all day because trying to be productive. I used to, when I was in college, I used to try that mess. I used to stay up around the clock and grab a couple of hours, you know, for extended periods. I thought it was cool, and so, I don't know, but now they say it's bad for your health.
Yeah, I saw a thing before where it was saying that the energy of your spirit is so powerful that your body has to recharge.
That's what it is. Your
so
body,
even if you try to stay up, eventually your body gonna shut down.
Your mind,
because it can't keep up.
That's true. Because from what I understand, scientists to this day don't know why we sleep. But that's what I've always felt. Your body is tired, and also your mind needs to. It's almost like you need to defragment your hard drive. You go to sleep mode so you can run the background processes. And I hate to I don't want to compare the human body to a computer because we're much greater than any computer. You know what I'm saying? The way we're made, we're, what do you say, wonderfully and fearfully made.
I think computers are made in our image.
They are.
If that makes sense.
They are made in our image. Yeah. That's why AI still stereotypes, has the same stereotypes that we have. AI, you know, and AI is not even artificial. It's not intelligence at all, as far as I understand. I was talking to a chick. I used to work at SAIC, that contractor, and we had a specialist in artificial intelligence. Name was Bryn something. Bryn, her name was that show with the dragons, Winter is Coming. What was that show?
I have no idea.
It was a popular show. I never watched the episode of it, but her name was Stark. She was Bryn Stark, I think her name was. I don't know if you wanted me to say your name on there like that. Sorry. But anyway.
Shout out to Bryn Stark.
Shout out to Bryn Stark. She was saying that AI is not, it's false. It's not AI. It's basically a collection of algorithms. Algorithms is basically if-then statements. If this happens, then do this. If this happens, then do that. In the computer code, a bunch of if-then statements, and then you feed it. You feed the decision-making process by feeding it everything on the internet, basically. But that's not intelligence. That's not intelligence at all.
It's limited intelligence because it's only
it's artificial
available
intelligence.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying? And then when you look at the internet, it ain't no telling what people have on there. That's
most
why
of
they give you that disclaimer saying that they might give you some false information back. Make sure you fact check what this AI is saying.
Although my question is, who fact check the fact checkers?
Exactly. Because I know I've done some stuff on that with the AI stuff, man. And it's saying, man, it sound brilliant. Look great. But when you actually dissect it, like, they ain't none of that true.
Yeah,
I was showing that to my wife. Like, they don't even have nothing like this in Lubbock. This thing talking about go here and go there.
Yeah, and the other thing is, you can tell. See, the beauty of human intelligence, or true intelligence, that was made by a creator. The beauty of our intelligence is that we are creators too. We're small creators, in my opinion. This is the way I see it. My understanding of it. Human beings are reflections of God. They say we made in the image of God. They don't mean look wise. I think they mean the spirit of God. The spirit of the creator. And we're creators with a small c. That's we love doing that. We create everything. That's what man does. And when I say man, that means man and woman, because we created together, you know what I'm saying, to be one being. And women create, men create. We make things out of nothing. There was nothing there before, and now there's something beautiful there or something useful there. Nobody else does that. And computers don't do that. Nobody in the animal kingdom does that. They might build a nest, but I'm talking about they don't make bricks to build a nest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We create anything we dream of. And that's why it's important. I've come to realize my thought process on this is you're supposed to set lofty goals for yourself, because whatever goal you set, you can reach.
And it's like you say, the small creator C, the little God, little G God,
little G.
You know what I'm saying? Because we can create, but we can't create from nothing. Like we have stuff that's already there. It might be in its
resources.
You know what I mean? We can create, but we can't create nothing from nothing.
Right. Yeah, we're creators on a plane that we.
So that's why I say we in His image, we can do what He do, but we can't do what He do.
Yeah,
you know
we
what
can't
I'm
just say.
And
it's the planet.
You know
it's
what
the
I mean?
Universe.
Like my whole thing on the Big Bang, right?
Yeah, that's nonsense.
Is but this is how I look at it, right? Like sound is vibration, that's energy.
Yeah.
So with the Most High saying, "Let there be light."
Let there be light. The energy from that became
that's
what it
the
is.
Big Boom. Yeah, that's the Big Bang, and that's my interpretation of it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm 100% with you on that, man. I'm 100% with you. I'm gonna put it in here, man. This clip right here explains it all. This clip with this comedian talking explains it all.
Some people think God created the universe. Some people think nothing created the universe, which is the funniest guess. And the nothing people make fun of the God people. They say God doesn't exist. I'm like, okay, maybe. But you know what definitely doesn't exist? Nothing. That's the defining characteristic of nothing, is that it doesn't exist. So what are we talking about? Either you think it's God, something you can't see, touch, taste, photograph, and science can't prove, or you think it's nothing, something you can't see, touch, taste, photograph, and science can't prove. But I think we can all agree, if your nothing sometimes spontaneously erupts into everything, that's a pretty magical nothing, you guys. And ask the nothing people, what happens when you die? They'll tell you, nothing. You go into nothing. I'm like, you mean you merge back with your creator? That's heaven.
The thought I used to always have about this is that the Big Bang wasn't nothing but the light bulb going off in God's mind when He had an idea. Let's make man poof. When that thought happened, that light bulb went off. That's why you symbolize thought with light. The light came on. Let there be light. You know what I'm saying? That's all the Big Bang was to me. It's not possible that. When have you ever seen a violent, explosive process be creative?
But I'm saying, what exploded?
That's what I'm saying.
Was
First of all, you can't have nothing.
Like,
there's nothing there.
Come from?
How you ever see anything explode? And that's what that clip was talking about. That video clip right there. He was like, y'all saw it. I can't even argue with what the man's saying, even though it's comedy. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I'm gonna let y'all ponder that. I think that's a good place to wrap it up at, man. Sir. You know what I'm saying? We still got to decide what we're gonna do about the prairie dog hole. Because if we up and in and out the prairie dog hole, do we keep it as a section, Or do we use those clips or what? Y'all let us know what y'all think we should do. What you think we should do?
I think we should do both.
Both?
Because every now and then in just conversation, Prairie Dog host stuff pop up. But then we do need to have
a section.
A separate section.
Oh, yeah. And like you said,
folks in,
we do need to bring the bros in for real. I meant to hit them up and see.
I hit them up. When we hit them up, when we finish, we can call.
Yeah, for real.
And just, at least get them roundabout.
Yeah. Yeah.
I pity the fool. That's what I'm going to tell him. I'm going to pity the fool that don't come down to Prairie Dog hole.
Okay, Mr. T. What was his real name?
You know what? I forgot. And I had just looked up, man, as oddly as this is. Just probably about 2 weeks ago, I had looked up some stuff on Mr. T, and I was just reading about Mr. T, man.
Well, that's why you saying pity the fool now.
Yeah, I used to like Mr. T though, man. Yeah. Like he was Mr. T was a G to me when I was a kid.
I had Mr. T. I had Mr. T album.
Mm-hmm. The cereal,
stay in school.
Oh yeah.
Don't be no fool.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
Shoot, I had all that.
Yeah, Mr. T was the truth, man.
He corny now, but he didn't seem corny then.
Yeah, hold on. Why are you talking? I know what Mr. T real name is.
He gonna go to the University of Google.
I was watching something on my stocks, man. My bad, bro.
Sure. In 3 days, I hear what you playing over there.
Okay,
Mr. T. I remember when Walkmans first came out, man. Why you looking at that?
Lawrence Tureaud, Tureaud.
Say it again. What's the last word?
Tureaud.
Tureaud.
Yeah, Lawrence.
So French. He don't seem like a Lawrence Tureaud at all.
He was French.
Little French dude. He don't seem French, and he don't seem like Lawrence Tureaud at all. Any way, form, or fashion.
Larry. He seemed more like a Larry.
Larry T. What's up, man? And that's why they call him Mr. T. I bet he was a teacher or something. Because they're calling him Mr. T. Because we used to have a teacher at Matthews named Mr. G. Mr. Goussoin. He was a science teacher, Goussoin or something like that.
Can't pronounce the name. It's called Mr. G.
And he just said call him Mr. G. And he used to walk around with his boa constrictor on his neck, like this, stroking his boa constrictor. Pause. He had a snake that he kept in an aquarium, but as he lectured the class, he would remove it from the aquarium and walk around. And some people were scared of it, and some people would pet it. But yeah, it was a boa constrictor or one of those pythons or something.
Yeah, I don't want no parts of that. I remember too in elementary we had a teacher, science teacher, that had a snake, and it used to get out the dang enclosement thing.
Yeah.
And be slithing around, slithering around.
Sounds like a bad 80s movie.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that, bro.
Nah. Well, anyway, Lubbock, hit us up. Let us know what we should do as far as going down the Prairie Dog hole. Man, we hope y'all enjoyed the show. We sure enjoyed chilling with y'all.
And if you have any Prairie Dog hole topics you want to hear discussed,
hit us up.
Yeah,
hit us up. You can hit us up at tell SWD'cast at gmail.com, or you can just go down below. If you're on Substack, go down below and leave us a comment, and we'll hit them up with you, man. Yeah. But until next time, man, y'all stay cool, all right? Take it easy. Peace. Thank God for showing mercy on me. Brought me home to the plains at the age of 3. Occasionally, I stray from the nest, but I always come back to the best. LBK, Lubbock, TEXAS.